Bluey has given us quite fun and exciting moments, but the sad moments completely broke our hearts. Seeing Bingo. Seeing Bingo cry is one of the moments that touch your soul the most. So if you want to cry for a while, get ready, because this time we bring you the saddest moments of Bluey. This sad moment doesn't require much explanation, and I'm sure you all realize this on your own. And we find it in the Copycat episode. In this episode, while Bluey is imitating everything Bandit does, on their way, they come across a little budgie that seemed to be very injured. They quickly take it to the vet to save its life, but after a while, they get the bad news. The budgie died.
I'm sorry, I have bad news. The parrot died. Oh, okay.
There's no need to explain why. This moment is quite sad, but it's also something we all have to get used to, even though it's hard. This is part of life, and I'm sure that for a child, death will always be 10 times worse than for an adult. Seeing little Bingo. Crying is what breaks my heart the most, as many of the saddest moments have been taken by poor Bingo, like in the episode of Bob the Rabbit. This episode gives us a great message. And even though it could have been quite tough for Bingo, in the end we all learned the lesson. In this episode, Bingo becomes very sad and disconsolate. After Chili finished putting up all the photos she took with Bob, she realizes that they spent the whole day watching cartoons. Instead of spending time with Bob the Rabbit, Bingo cries because she now thinks she is the worst friend Bob has ever had, and that's why he will never want to visit her again. Feeling so regretful, Bingo runs off to cry at the tree where Bob is to apologize to him.
It's the most boring day Bob has had in his book, I'm Bob's Worst Friend. He won't want to visit us again.
This episode really makes you think about those moments you wasted with a loved one, and when you realize it, those moments are lost forever. But anyway, let's continue. I'm sure that at some point in our lives we don't accept ourselves as we are. And it's in those moments that you become very sad. And in fact, Bluey addressed this very strong topic in the episode The Army. This time it wasn't Bingo who ended up getting very sad, but little Jack. We know that this little one has been presented to us as a child who has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, who is practically very hyperactive and has trouble paying attention. But in this episode, they describe the way poor little Jack feels. He meets Rusty, another little one who is also experiencing a very sad time in his life as his father works in the army, which makes us think that he is almost never at home with Rusty. Rusty asks Jack why he moved to that school, to which he replies that his school was not bad, but rather he is the problem.
Why did you come to this school? Did something bad happen at the previous one? The truth is that something happens to me. I'm not good at doing what I'm told. I can't stay still and I always forget everything.
But Rusty encourages him by telling him that he is the best.
You know, you're really good at playing army.
In the Yoga Ball episode, we find the following moment, which was one of the shortest. But just with these few seconds, it managed to break our hearts. Up to this point, we know that Bingo is one of the most sensitive characters on the show. And in this episode, he was playing with Bandit with the Yoga Ball. But at one point, Bandit throws the ball at the girls a little faster. But Bingo is bowled over by the ball, and Bandit just told Bingo that it was nothing.
Well, the game's over. I have to work. It's okay, honey.
So he just went out and hid to cry. Personally, this was one of the few moments that made me the saddest. Because sometimes our parents make us feel bad without thinking about it. The episode, the show, has left us great lessons for children as well as adults, and this sad moment also goes to Bingo. And the worst part is that it was right on Mother's Day? Well, from the start of the episode, Poor Bingo thinks she is to blame for everything bad that is happening that day. And to her bad luck, she starts the day by ruining the breakfast they made for Chili. Just imagine if for Bingo it was too hard to disappoint a friend like Bob the Rabbit. The feeling that she is going to disappoint her mom is even worse. After Bingo threw the breakfast, she runs off, heartbroken, and goes to cry alone in a corner. Everyone tries to cheer her up. Even Chili and Bluey manage to convince her to do a show. But just as they are in the act, Bingo's balloon in her belly bursts, leaving her with a great feeling that she disappointed her mom once again.
Did she know she would ruin the show? It wasn't your fault. I always ruin Mother's Day.
It's very hard to think that you do everything wrong, especially if you're a 5-year-old girl. We all make mistakes, and this sad moment from Bluey will make you feel remorse and sadness. In the episode The Santa Bluey Railing, Bingo and her cousins invite Bandit to play at the railing. But Socks accidentally bites Bluey, and the little one doesn't apologize, so Bluey tries to seek revenge on Socks. When everyone wakes up to see the gift that Santa brought them, Socks is the only one who doesn't have a gift. And this moment, it really broke my heart. From Socks' expression, can you realize that for a simple revenge, you can make someone you love miserable? What?
What's under your pillow? Socks.
It bit me.
Imagine if Socks had done that to you.
Forgive me for not giving you a gift.
The good thing about this episode is that in the end, Bandit and Chili make Bluey understand that it was not the right way to act with Socks. Well, she is an innocent 1-year-old baby. In the next episode, neither Bingo nor Bluey got sad. But the message that the episode leaves us will indeed make us think for a long time. And we find it in the Flat Pack episode because while Bandit and Chili are assembling a swing, Bluey and Bingo take the opportunity to play with the boxes and one of their games. It's about a daughter and her mother, where Bluey will play the old mom and Bingo will be the smart daughter. This is until the time comes when the daughter has to leave for space and leave her mom alone. This moment was quite hard even for Bluey. Because it's something we're all going to experience at some point in our lives, whether it's with our children or with our own parents.
But I'm not a little girl anymore. I'm an adult. Bye, Mom. Thanks for taking care of me. You're welcome, sweetheart. Take care.
This emptiness that is felt after the scene is simply indescribable. The next sad moment also features Bingo in bedtime. On this occasion, Bingo has to say goodbye to her stuffed animal that has accompanied her practically all her life. And it's about Floppy. In her dream, Bingo takes one last journey with her best friend in which she learns what goodbyes are. It's inevitable for a little one not to feel too sad and frustrated after saying goodbye to their favorite toy. In the end, Bingo learns that it's part of life and that she is now a big girl and has to move on. Just as Chili told her, don't forget to leave in the comments what your favorite toy was. Continuing with the sad moments. The next one we find in the Carpet Island episode, and it's probably one that many kids have experienced. In this episode, Blue and Bingo are trying to get Bandit to play with them, but he tells them no, because he has to go to work. The girls are a bit disappointed by their father's response, but then Chili brightens their day by giving them lots of markers, so they start playing on Carpet Island. After a while, Bandit regrets it and he comes back to play with his daughters for a while. After understanding the dynamics of the game, Bandit becomes part of their clan, but it's also time for Bandit to go to work. So he simply tells them that his ship has come for him. The girls, especially Bingo, get quite sad that he has to leave Carpet Island, as goodbyes are always very devastating. But in the end, Bingo accepts and lets Bandit go, left with that emptiness after a tough goodbye.
Ah, it's my ship. It will take me home. What am I going to do now?
Must you go? I'm glad you came to Carpet Island.
Ah, come here. I'm going to miss you.
Wait, take a gift for you.
Ah, thank you.
He gave me everything. This is one of the most painful feelings anyone can experience. Just imagine that big lump in your throat you felt when you had to say goodbye for the last time to someone very special. The fairies episode also gave us one of the saddest moments. And also with Bingo, we see how Bandit is talking on the phone about his job, and Bingo comes very excited to tell him to play. But Bandit gets desperate and yells very ugly at Bingo. The little one runs out, and I guess she also cried a bit.
Yes, it's for Dad. It's a heart. Why do you love your dad? Yes, and I'll let him knock down the first chip.
Let me go. I just want to show you something. What you need to give me is bingo. Let me go 5. No, yes, we already have one.
In the end, Bandit apologizes to Bingo. But you won't let me lie that such a disappointing feeling turns out to be quite painful. And you, what do you think about these sad moments? Did you find others? Leave your answers in the comments.